You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing Rangers versus Aberdeen tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, help the channel on its way. Hit the like button as well, and we'll just get straight into this video, guys. So what felt like an absolute eternity for me, we're now back to business and playing club football. This international football is just no good. It needs to be scrapped in my opinion. They're obviously having issues with COVID and that as well, which we'll probably touch on in the video. Yeah, Rangers versus Aberdeen. It's a massive game at Ibrox tomorrow midday. It's a 12 noon kick-off, available on Sky TV as well as Rangers TV as well. Looking at this game before the international break, I thought it was going to be a tough game, and obviously that is still the case. I thought that it was going to be a really important game that we really need to win. Given Celtic dropped points today, it becomes even more so. Obviously I really don't care what they do or what they don't do, but to be honest, when they drop points we need to take advantage of that, and that's absolute paramount to do that. If you look at their recent results, they won 2-0 in their last league fixture at home to Hibs. Decent result. Hibs obviously got a good result against Celtic today. So Hibs, I think, I'd probably say that's the top 4 teams. Obviously Rangers, Celtic, Aberdeen and Hibs. They're the top clubs just now, and they're the teams to beat. They lost in the semi-cup final to Celtic 2-0. A competition that I still can't believe is being finished, given the fact that they ended the league because they couldn't play the fixtures, but then they can suddenly play this one because Celtic are still involved. But we'll move past that. They also got a good draw against Celtic in the league, 3-3 at home. Another good result, and it just goes to show you that they can, when they want to, up their game for the big ones, and this is obviously going to be no different for us. It's a massive game, and I can't stress that enough. But on the other side of that coin, we need to stop looking at these fixtures and going, that's a hard game, that's a hard game. We just need to go into these games with every bit of confidence that we can. And to be fair, the team has got a lot of confidence. We're playing really well, we're playing with a lot of confidence. Obviously we're scoring a lot of good goals just now throughout the team. It's not just one player now. I know last year it was pretty much heavily that we were relying on Morelos to get us out of things. Now the goals are just spread all over the team, which is absolutely amazing. We're not conceding goals, which is another massive boost. If you didn't concede goals, you didn't lose games, and that's evident this season. We haven't obviously been beaten domestically, and it shows, because the key thing is that defence is so strong right now, and not just the defence. I think that right from the front, we close players down. We didn't give them a minute on the ball, and it's very difficult for teams to even get a shot on target against us these days, which is really encouraging. Some team news for Aberdeen. They're going to be missing Ross McCrory, obviously, from the fact that he is on loan. Can't play against his parent club. He would have been missing anyway, because he is now one of the 3 players who either have COVID-19 or they're in close proximity. There was a whole thing came back for the international break where a few players came back from the Scotland under-21s and they've either contracted it or they've been in close proximity to the other players and are now having to self-isolate. I think it affects 3 of our players, but fortunately for us, they're youth players. I think Paterson's the only one I can actually think of offhand, which obviously isn't going to impact our first team squad, but it will impact Aberdeen's squad. Lewis Ferguson is now missing as well, and Conor McLennan, the centre half, who I'm pretty sure would have played. So they're obviously not happy about that. I can understand why. It's another reason why I think internationals at this time should be stopped. It's not worth it. You've got players going for their club bubble and mixing with other players. You've got Aberdeen players, Celtic players, Rangers players. All this mixing is no good. Obviously getting tighter and tighter restrictions brought down from the SNP, the SNP, Nicola Sturgeon and that, and we have to adhere to them. So I think with football you have to kind of be wary of that as well, and in my opinion international football right now should be stopped. In terms of Rangers, there are no new injuries. Obviously I talked about that COVID situation, which I think broke today, but fortunately for us it will not really affect our first team players. The only one with a little bit of a knock is Zungu. Zungu took a knock I think in the international game. He's got a wee knock on his knee. We'll see how he goes, but to be honest he was not really a starter. He's only had one second half appearance rather, so again it's not really going to affect our squad. It'll be good to get him game time, but if not, we've got players who can come in, and the good thing about this Rangers team is it's really hard to predict who the first 11 is going to be, because we don't have a first 11. We've got like a 18 man squad there where every single player's fighting for a position and looking like they can start. And if Joe Aribo doesn't play, Hadji plays. If Hadji doesn't play, Arfield plays. We've got quality all over the pitch right now, and it's really, really good. If Morelos doesn't play, we've got obviously Kamar Roof there, Jermaine Defoe, other players. Ryan Jack doesn't play. We've got Davis come. I could give numerous examples of this where it doesn't matter. Even the goalkeeper situation right now, obviously. We've got two very good goalkeepers. I would say Alan McGregor is still my number one choice. If we're going to big games, I'd prefer him there. But when I look at a team sheet and I see John McLaughlin there, I didn't even budge. I didn't flinch at all. I think he started the Hamilton game and I didn't even notice, honestly. Normally when Rangers change their goalkeeper, you're like, Jesus Christ, somebody's changed their goalkeeper, what's going on, what's the situation? But it doesn't matter. I didn't even notice these days. Obviously I do notice, but it just doesn't affect me in any way. McGregor plays or McLaughlin, it doesn't really matter. We've got two top quality players there, and as I say, throughout the squad we've got that, which makes the predictions a little bit harder for goal scorers and stuff, because he didn't know who's going to start. In terms of predictions, I'm going to go for a positive result. I think Rangers on paper are better. Obviously the game isn't played on paper, as I said previously, but I just think we've got this confidence right now that anything that comes our way, if Rangers go out and if the players go out and carry out the instructions that the management give them right now, I've got no doubt in my mind that we'll win the game. I'm going to go Rangers 2, Aberdeen 0. Goal scorers of James Tavernier. He's just can't no pick him right now. Morelos, I don't know again if he'll start, but I really feel that he comes into his own against Aberdeen. Obviously sometimes he's in the headlines for the wrong reasons against Aberdeen, but for the most part I think he really comes alive in these games, and he's really up for it, and I can see him scoring if he gets an opportunity. So that's the video pretty much done, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys who are involved in the WhatsApp group can get involved tomorrow again. I really enjoyed that in the Hamilton game. That really it made it a lot better for me. A lot of interaction with the two guys that were on the chat, and it really just made it better for me. I don't know what you guys thought about it when you were involved in it, but I really liked it. On a side note, anybody like a new top? Got it for my birthday the other day. Absolutely delighted. It's the reason I never got a top earlier when they first came out, because I knew my birthday was coming up, so I just waited till then. So thanks very much for watching. As I say, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.